Alright, I made it. Jeez. That was hectic, but here we are. Okay. We're playing some Hades. And I am excited. I've been meaning to talk about this game. Now, apologies to anybody who's here. I had a work emergency. I was supposed to have a chill morning, and instead I spent most of my morning doing some work emergency stuff. So I was planning on prepping a bit more for the stream. Unfortunately not. So there's that. But at least it's Hades 2. And it's not someone's, like, it's not like someone who sent me their game that I have to review, so I don't feel as bad. But yeah, let's just jump into it. Anybody who's going to be watching, do note there's going to be spoilers, because I'm going to be playing on my current file, which is has a lot. I'm sorry, can't make it, Darta. You will be missed. Okay. How's the volume? I can bring it up, actually. There you go. And hopefully I can see the screen. There we go. Boop. Okay, so yes, again, I am, as you can see, I've played quite a few runs on this. I have completed most of what the game has to offer, and that's saying a lot. I will say this is one of the games I'm the most comfortable with out of all the roguelikes I've played. So the reason I bring this up is first of all, I'm planning on making a series where I try to do like a deathless kind of gameplay series. Sorry, I'm still a little out of it. I've been working non-stop this morning, and it was not supposed to be the case. Why do I have this line? Let me... Is this gonna change anything? No, I still have this line. Oh, I forgot how it's called. It's it's VSync. That's what it is. There it is. Cool. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Let's play some Hades. So, I'm just gonna play a casual run, and then I'll just do my rant. I'm not ready for the rant compared to other Rogue-a-thons, because I usually have a bunch of notes that I have time to check on, but just didn't have the time. I don't know. I don't like the daggers. Daggers is like one of my least favorite ones. But I guess I can do a. I think I'll just try that for now. Okay, I'm checking the volume. I'm not gonna do like a showing all the final bosses kind of vibe. I'll just do like I don't know, this. I'm trying to get 12 so I can at least get that fear going. Let's do a bit of frenzy. I don't like Brenda. It's just such a pain in the butt. This is fine. Time is fine. Let's do let's do even more enemies. And yeah, menace. There we go.
The growing fear.
Cool. Okay. I'm gonna grab Jeweled Palm as my main keepsake, which is a late game. How do you call those? Keepsake, right? I just said it. And yeah, I guess we'll get going. I'm getting a little bit of lag for some reason, but and yes, I am a mouse and keyboard player for this stuff. I've been playing Hades mouse and keyboard since the good old days. All right, let's go down into the abyss.
To the house of Hades.
Alrighty. That's a pretty decent one to find. I feel like special is better.
The sacred bond.
Nice. There we go. Oh, an early chaos. Don't mind if I do.
Why not?
So we're obviously trying to go for a special build, but again, not as you know, always have this. Oh, channel your stuff faster is really solid, and all I do is I just take more damage. That's totally fine with me. That's one of the tough things about this build in general is, yeah, just take a while to work. Now, a lot of people early on usually wanted to go for like some mana regen, like as one of the Arcana cards, but I actually think that is not the right way to go. You don't really need much mana as I get mana. There's always ways to find mana regen that you don't need to spend 5 on an Arcana card for it. So I'm not used to playing on increased speed of these guys. Let's just... Okay. Yep. There's I like the strategy of the having to like adjust the way that you shoot your special with that particular aspect. Oh shoot, I was hoping for the attack one. But we'll get some armor at the start of encounter, that's not too shabby. Sure, I can increase my special.
The exit wards are down.
How greedy am I? I'm not that greedy. Actually, no, I am greedy. Never mind. Never mind. There we go. Let's go for, yeah, let's go for D. It's okay, I've got armor. Oh, I've got the urns as my sake thing. I forgot to check. That's gonna be good because I'm planning on doing an Omega special build. My cast crate falling blades. Yeah, sure. Get more special upgrade. That's not too shabby. You kind of want to actually not shoot towards where the special is to try to get the bounce. Okay. I'm pretty slow so far, but... Oh. It's already gone. Nice. I'm thinking of trying to speedrun this game, too. Oops. I forgot. It doesn't matter if I'm... I'm still liking doing this stuff on the side. It's casual, but
murky deep.
Murky deep. Fishy.
Caught out.
Figment.
It's a figment.
Yes, it is. Let's go this way. Ooh,
Clear.
free booze. Fine. I'll go for that. It's because the other option is mediocre. Looking for a hammer would be nice, because it is... Yeah, the hammers for this build are pretty important. Yep.
Let us together
that.
shine this night, O moon.
Mother next. Which suits you?
Oh, I like this one. Ooh. Yeah, let's try that actually. Oh, I'm trying to. I was pressing the wrong button. Oh, I'm not used to how fast they are. I need to actually get used to that. I forgot how it's called. Like the heat in this game, because it's the first time I'm actually using that. If I'm planning on speedrunning, that needs to be to the max. So automatically inflict weak. Thing is, I'm not really planning on being near enemies very often. I'll try. Yep. And here I could actually go to the shop.
Greater strength.
Alright. Let's see what we got. I still didn't get my attack boon, right? Still not wanting to give it to me, though. Okay. It's fine. Currently don't have a way of gaining... Oh, no, I do. I grabbed that thing. Oh, right. I'm not used to seeing her non-upgraded. I've been doing only the upgraded version of her recently. Alright. Nope. Oh, okay, right. I'm so not used to seeing the attack. So much casual that I've been recently. Oh, she's faster too, right? Ah, shoot. I was trying to evade the beam. That was stupid. Just a waste of time. Go get him, birdie. Oh. I'll dash correctly. Ah, my gosh! Oh, don't let me lose it. Death Defiance, please. Ah, I'm against the freaking wall! No! That was so stupid! I didn't realize that was the wall. I thought I could just dash through. Darn it, that was so dumb. That was poorly played.
Return to shadow now.
Thank you, headmistress.
Oh, I got that thingy. Alright, let's go... I like the crystal figurine. It's fun. It's kind of RNG, but it can be fun. My attack still didn't get a boon. It's not like I haven't been wanting to get it. It's just what the game's didn't give me.
There's that rancid scent.
Alright. Bonk. Alright. Transform. Oh, thank you. Jeez. Man, I need to get this because I'm trying to finish these fated choice things. Oh, this is so good. These are all great. Let's do this. Screw it. Sorry. Ooh.
Greater strength.
Alright. I'm still trying to get my attack boon, and that would be nice to have the attack on this. You really don't want me to get my attack boon, huh? Maybe that on your armor. Yeah, that's gonna be really good for beginning of each fight.
You decide. We fickle gods.
Ow. Ah, too slow. So I'm not used to them being so fast. I mean, I just completed like heat 36 something, but I guess we'll just get more of
That's
this.
the feeling there.
Game just really doesn't want me to get my boon. Oh, we can do we could fight. I've only done this once. Sounds fun.
In the name of Hades.
There we go. That's also really good, but yeah,
The forge of the heavens.
yeah. Let's go
I accept
say
these
hello
terms.
to our brother.
Hi. Will I ever see you again beyond the confines of this
Nobody knows but the fates, and from what?
What? Nectar and ambrosia aren't just for barter. You...
Of course, but we've been
Well, alright then. Now to the death.
All right.
to the death. Oh, close enough.
Oh, didn't even see it. Ow! Come back here. Barely see his attack. Wow, nice attack. I feel like Karen was harder, but oh man, yeah, I have to get used to him dashing and attacking though.
Not bad.
Man, he got me. Damn.
Not finished.
I like how he's very similar to his father in terms of his moveset. I've only fought him like twice, I think. Oh my gosh, the amount of damage this does is crazy. No! I didn't see it. Oh, I'm so not used to the increased speed. No, my win streak. My win streak. Oh, I had such a crazy win streak at a high heat. I want maybe not the best time to try out faster speed when I'm not used to it. Oh no. No. Let me see. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Okay, well I had that loss against him. That was the first time I fought him. Darn it! He sucks. Okay, maybe he is a little harder than Karen.
Ugh.
Darn it! That's so stupid. That's fine.
Return to game.
I also don't like the daggers that much.
I wanted to ask,
Well, you
but you told.
and
Over here.
Ooh, you got
here
something
for
special.
you, Goddess.
Thank you, Odysseus. But what?
Mystery seeds. A little surprise.
That's why you're getting me? That's why you want to talk to me? Give me mystery
Full
seeds?
bloom.
That's sweet, I guess. I might just do my rant now, just because, I don't know, I'm in a weird mood because I've been working so hard and I wasn't planning on. I'm kind of pissed about it. So I think doing the rant is gonna make me feel a little better.
This
I'm
one.
gonna do that. Ooh,
How
that one's fun.
My disciples, which betray me in your life. Remember it well.
even in all.
Oh yeah.
You didn't answer my question.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
And I'm not gonna. For I made
I'm in a
certain
weird mood. Alright, wait. Do I even have a lot of notes for Hades 2? Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go. We'll see. All right. Hades 2, the long-awaited sequel of the wonderful Hades 1, is finally been out for a few months now, and I got to finally get to actually play it more than just a few runs. I've pretty much completed the full game, and as someone who spedrun and 100% of the first game, I actually have a lot to talk about. Does this game actually live up to the expectation, to the hype? Let's talk about it. Now, full disclosure before getting into it, actually, I actually was playing this game in early access. I was following the early access quite closely. I started playing when it first came out. I'm not even sure, like 1 to 2 years ago. I'd have to check. And I've been following every single update since. And then I just took a break from the last update into the full release, and I only got to play it recently. So my experience is a little bit different because I got to see a lot of the early stuff and I got to see the game change and expand, and when I finally started playing the full release, I already have a save file. I didn't want to start over because I had put in a lot of hours already. So the pacing in my experience is going to be different, but I will say that I think they did a really, really good job for returning players as well, because it didn't feel completely confusing or messed up in terms of the story, lore, plot, pacing kind of stuff. It still felt like I was experiencing the game kind of from the start, even though I had a pretty beefy save file already. And as I said, I was a massive fan of the first game. I think the first game did a lot of things extremely well, was a great blend of gameplay with interesting pacing, with an awesome hub that really pushed players to get meta progression and to really fall in love with a lot of characters. And since then, I think that Hades 1 did actually push the roguelike indie action community in a different direction thanks to it, because now a lot of people want to do, similar things to Hades because it did so well. But the thing about Hades is that it's not an easy game to replicate. It's not like a Survivor-like, for instance, where, yeah, you're just if you just replicate the gameplay, you pretty much can create your own little Survivor-like game. But when it comes to Hades, what makes Hades so great is this blend of a lot of content and work put into the immersion, the characters, the voice acting, the story, and of course all the roguelike elements, which are also quite extensive. And I'm proud to say that Hades 2 pretty much kept all of it. And I would even go Sorry, I'm still recovering from this annoying day. It's okay, there's nobody on chat. To say that I go beyond that and say that I think they've improved on all the stuff, even though the first game was close to perfect in my eyes. All right, let's talk gameplay. The gameplay is fairly similar, but definitely has a few twists from the first game. It's still a fairly traditional action. Sorry, let me show. Roguelike game where there's a lot of work put into the core gameplay elements. So you can dash, you have your dash strike, you have your attack, you have your special, you can omega these two, and you also have your cast. You can also omega, you can find an ultimate ability, which is called the Hex. So in its core, the game already is quite extensive, same as the first game. The big difference from the first game here is that I would say that everything is kind of just like turned up a little bit in complexity. You now have omegas, which means you can charge up any of these core gameplay elements and have a different ability. It's not just like purely better, it's just sometimes different. And so you have to adjust to knowing when to use omegas, when not to, and how to use them. And these use mana. And mana, they added mana in this game, and that was a risky move, I will say, because, you know, adding mana is not always the most fun thing. Oh, it's pretty much just saying that, you know, now we're adding more elements, but you're restricted, right? Restricting players is not always the safest move to make your fast-paced action roguelike game. But in this instance, after all the early access stuff, I think they've actually really made it a good balance of not being too frustrating, but still having to be aware of your mana to be able to play correctly. Another noticeable difference from the first game, obviously, is the fact that you're not double dashing all over the place anymore. You just have a single dash, and then you can run. And the running is also a new element to the game. There are some boons that are going to affect your sprint, and you kind of play around with that. And that means that I think the game is, yeah, a little bit harder to get used to, because you can't just be double dashing all over the place and evading everything kind of easily. Here you have to be a little bit more selective with your dash, even though you can still use your dash very frequently. In my eyes, I think Hades II is more complex at the start and does feel harder to get OP runs, but once you're really comfortable with the game, I think you can create even more powerful runs than in Hades 1. And I think the game has this awesome way of being kind of unbalanced, but the right way of unbalance, where the game rewards you. If you understand how to play this game correctly and you really understand all the intricacies, you can pretty much consistently feel overpowered every single run, even at a higher difficulty. Which, instead of being heat, it's fear in this game. This game is so rewarding. Now I'm consistently doing fear like 15 to 20, and I've been on a win streak for a while, and every single run feels so amazing. And I guess that circles into another conversation, which is that, yeah, each run is super unique. That was one of the great things of the first game. There was a lot of different things to start your runs with, between your keepsake, your different weapons, a different aspect, the different boons you could find. And yeah, same deal here, and even more so, I would say. Now that there's few more things to play with, that means that there's even more possibilities to create unique things. Each weapon feels very different. Each aspect can feel drastically different from the last as well. The keepsake, I think, are even more interesting than the first game. Again, they're more complicated overall, I would say, but they allow even more interesting runs. In the first game, once you got really comfortable, you pretty much always knew which keepsakes to go for. But here, even after having played for about 70 hours or so, every now and then I'm not too sure which keepsake to go for because there's so many interesting possibilities, and I love that. Let's talk about the actual roguelike run themselves. There are 2 paths, which is crazy. Actually crazy. You can go above or under, and that's completely different biomes, completely different bosses. It's just a different game. It's just like it feels like a DLC. It feels like the top path is a DLC, and it really felt that way for me more so than most people, I think, because I got to play again the early access, where for about a year we didn't have access to the top path, and when that came out, I was like, oh my goodness, that is just an entire new possible branch for a run. That's so insane with the amount of content that a game like Hades have, that they decide to go for another path entirely. New biome, new... Oh my god, that just still blows my mind. In any case, they're both really interesting. And the game kind of pushes you to try to balance having to go up and down depending on the materials that you need to craft certain elements in the hub, which we'll talk about in just a bit. But in terms of the roguelike elements, yeah, the boons, again, I'm really impressed with the design of the new gods, because when you do a sequel and you keep the same kind of concepts from your first game, it tends to be really hard to come up with brand new ideas, because naturally, you know, the first game already had a lot of these ideas. You can't just, if you're going to make a new god, right, you can't just have the same kind of effect, right? If you're going to have Zeus and you want something different, then you got to come up with something different, which you didn't put in your first game. And I've got to say, I think a lot of them surprisingly are not too complicated, quote unquote, for the most part, and they're all really interesting. So awesome job on the gods. I think they're sometimes even more interesting than the first game, which is hard to do for a sequel. The biomes themselves, you know, you're always going through the same one, but there's so much diversity in terms of what you can find that doesn't feel repetitive, and heck, you've got 2 paths now. The bosses you face are really, really cool, really interesting, especially when you get that upgraded boss version from the Fear Testament, I forgot what they're called. They're super cool. And I think overall, I feel like you can find more boons than in the first game. That might just be psychological, and if so, that means they made it so that it feels that way, to me at least. But I really do appreciate the fact that, yeah, I can find a lot more boons, or at least I feel like I have so many boons by the end of a run, and it's so enjoyable because, once again, the boon combination is what makes the run so enjoyable. You can create your own synergies. It's up to you sometimes to figure out that, oh, you know, like maybe a freeze effect plus a weak thing is going to make it more comfortable for me to get close to enemies and then trigger my close range boons more efficiently because now they're frozen. These kind of things, you know, are not like inherently like the game tells you to do that, but you yourself come up with your own synergies. And I think this is a game that really, really, really pushes that a whole lot. I'm constantly coming up with new combinations of boons that I realize actually that makes a lot of sense. And the fact that the game doesn't inherently tell me to do it and I come up with it is very satisfying. And I think it's an aspect that makes a lot of modern roguelikes so enjoyable, is when you have that kind of feeling. I want to touch on a little bit on the hex. The hex I was a little mixed about. I remember that in the early access, they weren't super... I wasn't really a fan of them. So the hexes are kind of like they replaced the call in the first game. Here, there's a particular god that can give you a hex, and it's kind of like an ultimate that you have to build up by using mana. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I think they're kind of whatever to me. I don't love them that much because they're harder to synergize with other things. And I think that overall, anything that doesn't synergize easily with your core mechanics is not something that I find interesting. That's why the hexes are a little meh to me, but I think they did a much better job at making them feel a little bit more interesting in the full release, considering that now you're going to be using your mana much more consistently, even if you're not going for Omega builds. There's usually always a way to use mana somehow, at least in my experience. I do kind of wish there were more hexes, because you always see the same ones, and I think that could have been an interesting addition, considering the game already has so much content. But hey, I'm just greedy. All right, let's talk about the hub. Obviously, Hades 1 had a... what's the word? Big... oh my gosh, I can't find the word in English. Big emphasis on the characters, the hub, and everything in between the runs themselves. And even more so in this game. I think they added a lot more things to do in the hub. You have a lot more currencies, quote unquote, a lot more materials, a lot more crafting things. And I will say sometimes it can get a little confusing, knowing what to get, where, and when. Like, you can find that information around. Sometimes, you know, you're trying to craft something and you're not too sure where to get it. You can find that, but there is a lot in this game, so I could understand if it can be potentially a little confusing. The reason I'm not too sure is because, once again, since I had the early access, things were introduced to me a little bit slower. But from what I've heard from people that have played the game from scratch, it doesn't seem to be too overwhelming. And overall, I think, it really does a good job at, whenever you're done with the run, to at least be excited to come back and see what there is to do in the hub. The cauldron, which is where you can get a lot of these crafting stuff to, enhance anything, really. There's so much you can do with the cauldron. Is constantly going to just give you more and more things to play around with, to discover. Some are cosmetic, some are actual gameplay related, some are just for the story. Not only that, of course, you've got some phenomenal actual voice acting and just conversations and lore between all the characters. As someone who works in the voice acting world, I am blown away by the amount of lines this game has. It just keeps on delivering more and more and more and more conversations. I'm like, is there more? I've done about 75 runs, and I'm still every single time finding new conversations with almost everybody. It's insane. And the story, I think, is really well done. I think it's more serious than the first game, which is a pro and con for some people. But I was definitely grasped by the whole premise and wanting to save my family. Without getting into spoilers, there are some story moments that were really, really exciting and interesting. Not to mention that they actually when they released the full game, for those of you who don't know, they had a different ending in terms of the story, and people didn't like it, and so they changed it. They changed the entire actual plot of the ending because the community wasn't super satisfied. So they just brought in all the voice actors again and redid the whole segment. It's crazy. I love the indie field, and I'm really impressed with the love and care they've put into this sequel. Not to mention that visually, the game, it honestly one-upped the first one. When you talk to a character, there is even more art around the character speaking, depending on the environment, the kind of person they are, which is even more immersive. The VFX are fantastic. I mean, the first game also had incredible visuals, but my goodness, if you just forget about the first game and you take this game at face value, this is some of the most impressive visual effects I've seen in any action roguelike. The music, it's so awesome because they obviously were, you know, they tried to kind of quote unquote copy the first game and they brought the same composer and they use the same themes, but they've modified it in a way that feels very unique while still being like, hey, this is a sequel. Some of the boss tracks are incredible, including, you know, a boss being all about music. I love that they really put, you know, a lot of care into the music, even more so than the first game, I would say. There's now an NPC that you can interact. Well, actually, what am I talking about? The first game also had an NPC that was all about music. But needless to say, when you look at this guy, I mean, yeah, he's no god who's a singer, but he's got a whole setup there. Look at him, he's so cool. Obviously, I could talk about Hades for a very long time. Sorry. Obviously, I could talk about the sequel for a very long time in terms of nitpicking certain aspects of it, in terms of little details here and there. But instead, I'm gonna now get into the segment which I think is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna talk about the things that I don't necessarily love, and probably the more controversial stuff that I have to point out. I've got 4 controversial things I think, or at least elements that I don't like that I wish they would change. And I'm gonna go from less controversial to more controversial. So the least controversial issue I have with this game that I think I would imagine most people would as well, and I don't understand how they just didn't do anything about it, kind of blows my mind, is the fish. That's right. There is fishing. In the first game, when you would fish, you would then go to a ghost, and then you would just press a button, and it would just collect all your fish and give you rewards for them. And in this game that has a lot more stuff going for way more content, which is incredible, they kind of forgot what to do with the fish. I know their plan was to add recipes with the certain fish and decided to scrap that, but now if you collect fish, there's no place to just randomly get all your rewards. You have to go to the market and go into the bone exchange, which again has nothing, like, it doesn't feel like a fish area, and you have to click one by one, sell all, then proceed, then sell all, proceed. I mean, at least it's just one by one. And it just feels like my understanding is that most people thought that they were missing something and they're not selling their fish because they think that, wait a minute, am I supposed to just go here to get rid of my fish and that's all the fish is for? Yeah, that's all the fish is for. It's a tiny thing. Of course, all my nitpicks are tiny. I don't have many problems with the game, but I can't believe that they just haven't actually done anything with the fish. Even if it was just the same deal as just pressing a button and seeing all those rewards from all the fish collected. I loved collecting a bunch of fish in the first game, and then after like months and months of collecting, just pressing that one button and just like, oh, so satisfying. So that is a really tiny little thing that just bothers me, but it really does. All right, next we're getting into some more serious stuff here. Let's talk about the tarot cards. I have mixed feelings about the tarot cards. The tarot card that replaces the mirror. Yes, the mirror was extremely simple in the first game, which is, again, pro and con. You know, sometimes simplicity is a good thing. And then with the tarot cards, now you have to be a bit more selective, and you actually have to understand this whole how they work, and, you know, create your own builds with, you know, selecting certain things here and there. I still think it's a little clunky. I don't dislike it, but even just visually, it's a little hard to know what's going on. And I know they've massively improved the UI. Let me tell you, like when this first came out in early access, it was such a mess here. But when I'm just looking at this whole page here, I mean, yeah, I know what this is because I'm so used to it now. But, you know, if you just see this, it's a bit messy. And I'm not too sure what they could do differently, and I don't think it's anything wrong, so to say. I just think maybe there was some other way to do this without being so convoluted visually. Yes, I do know that it opens up more and more as you play the game, and I did come in on full release having all of them available. But even so, even now that I know all of them, I mean, right now, after I've been playing the game a lot, I'm still like, I don't feel like I want to experiment that much with them because it's just a bit of a mess to handle. At least that's my opinion, my controversial opinion. Next up, I want to talk about the Omega cast. I think the Omega cast and the cast themselves are a little bit off from the rest of the core mechanics. I actually like the cast. I think it's pretty cool. Well, I mean, my last point is going to be more about the cast, but I think once you get used to it, it's quite nice to use and to actually fuse and synergize with other elements from your build. But the Omega cast, I think, is kind of useless, and that's usually not a problem, right? Like if you have an extra element that you have to play around with, cool, you don't have to use it if you don't like to. But the problem is you're going to sometimes be offered boons that only affect your Omega cast. And when that happens, I got a feeling that most people are going to be disappointed because it just feels like a waste of boon, because I don't think most people like using the Omega build, the Omega cast build, or just using Omega casts in general. You don't have to do a build around it. I have used Omega cast builds, which is really fun. But overall, I do feel like that if you're going to be using your mana, it's usually going to be with your attack, special, or something else. I feel like the Omega cast is so situational, it doesn't really synergize with the rest of the build as easily, and requires, a little bit of time and mana to create, that I think the Omega cast just does not feel like it's super fitting a lot of times. And yes, again, if you've played the game a lot, you'll get to understand, oh, well, actually, you can use your Omega cast, blah, 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 blah. I know, you can always use everything. But I think most people that start playing the game are just going to struggle understanding how to use it correctly, considering that it feels a little off from everything else. That's my point. If you disagree with all of these, then feel free to comment down below, because I'd be very curious to hear your thoughts on it, considering that this is just with my very limited amount of impressions from friends and myself. And then lastly, this is probably the most controversial. I've gotten used to using my cast. I still think that the cast should not necessarily be forming under you by default. I think the cast should have been a lesser version of the Zeus cast, where you're allowed to like kind of aim somewhere. And if I'm not mistaken, I think originally in the early access, that boon, you couldn't go anywhere on the screen. You had to be around you. It was just like you were able to push that cast a little bit forward or behind or just around you, but not necessarily under you. I think that's what that cast for Zeus was. And I kind of wish that was the default. Because what ends up happening is once you're used to playing with the cast, you're going to be doing your cast, and then you're going to be dashing away. Because that's you don't want to be in the middle of the cast. It's a little awkward, and you want to get further away from the enemies. It's just awkward, and not that much. I mean, I'm very comfortable with the game. I do it all the time. But I think it would be more fun if you could just move your cast around and have a little bit more flexibility with it without necessarily needing the boon for it. So that's probably my most controversial opinion about Hades II. Everything else, I would say, is pretty much perfect. I think in this day and age, a bigger action roguelike needs to obviously have good balance, good design, fun gameplay. But I think what really keeps a player engaged, or one of the things, is having a reason to continue to play. And I think Hades 2 has more reasons than any other roguelike I've ever played. Every time that I thought I had completed a major thing, I would then be offered a new goal, a new challenge, a new thing to discover and to go for. Getting to the true ending, obviously, you know, requires being the top and bottom path multiple times, which is already the case with the first game, but already that kind of pushes you to just beat the final boss multiple times, which I think is really cool. If the game is going to be fun, then at least you're able to do that kind of stuff. But then, you know, the rivals, which was the Pact of Punishment, the upgraded bosses that you can encounter, instead of just having access to all of them at once, you have to do them incrementally. You have to beat the first 2 bosses of each region. Then you have to unlock the second, then you have to unlock the third, and you have to unlock the fourth, and all of that took me like 20 runs to have access to doing that. But I was so curious to see how the upgraded Chronos and the upgraded top path was going to look like that it really got me engaged and kept me going. Same with I forgot the guy who's sleeping. Sorry, yep, I forgot their name, but that person who's sleeping, like all the side quests where you would get into the dream, and then like after like 30 runs, you'd finally get the recipe to get deeper, and you're just so intrigued. And then all the different aspects, the hidden aspects, all the different pets, all the lore, the different keepsakes you can find. Oh my goodness! I know that the first game also had that, but here even more so. And it just keeps me wanting to play, to try to find more and more and more things, because this game has more content than any other action roguelike I could think of outside of The Binding of Isaac. So do I think this game was overhyped? No, not at all. I can't believe it, but I really do think that this is actually an improvement to the first game, and possibly the best sequel I could think of for a roguelike. I think they did everything extremely well. It's, once again, a bit more complicated in the first game, so I can understand if someone prefers the first game, because, you know, sometimes simplicity is what you're more excited about. But for someone like me, who's sped on the first game, who understands these games extremely well, who loves complexity in certain gameplay mechanics and boons and stuff like that, this game was like made for me. And I think that Hades 2 has become one of my favorite roguelikes ever. And that's why it's an easy 10 out of 10 peppers for me. I mean, I think this game is an absolute masterpiece. And as someone who thought that the early access was already incredible, I thought that once the full release would be out, that there wouldn't be too much more added. But no, I was wrong. They added so much more. I was like, why? How? What? I'm so amazed. If you're interested in seeing me play this game, I will be planning on making a series where I'll be playing at Fear 0 and going up and up and up and up and up and stopping whenever I actually die. So it's going to be a deathless win streak at increased difficulty is the plan for the next series on this channel. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, let's try,
If I'm to serve the night, I would know her will.
Hey, why aren't you giving me access to this thing? You don't want me to use this?
Evening.
Let's try this one. Up to Chronos. I can do Chronos. 16, huh? Okay, if we're gonna do 16, let's do. Yeah, screw it. I'll do these guys. You can see the upgraded versions. If you don't want to be spoiled, then just don't watch. I just want to play one run right now. All right, so this one. I've had fun with this keepsake with this
I'll make
weapon.
this count. No pressure.
Okay, let's do sprint probably.
Not that.
Probably shouldn't be doing
Away,
this, but
Rocky. okay, sorry about that. Work. Okay. Heyo, what's up, dudes? This weapon is very interesting. I'm still getting used to it. I just unlocked it fairly recently. Ooh, let's see what we can get from this. Oh, wait, that's so good. Special fires 2 projectiles. I need to find a good special for it now. But honestly, oh my gosh, that's so good. Yeah, because it just brings everybody in. I'm out of mana though. That's so broken. That's pretty decent. I think faster special though is probably what I want. I still have a way of getting More caskets.
mana currently, but that's so good. Nope. Let's go. Yeah, if like the attack on like frost attack would be good with this weapon. Probably would be actually. Let's transform that. And stop giving me mana. I don't need more mana.
The master slicer returns.
Alright, he doesn't get. Okay.
Hear me.
Took a bit of damage, but it's okay. I don't want my special to inflict freeze, do I? Maybe. I'm not too sure. some more. Thanks. Mana. It's not bad. Yeah, I kind of want a different special. Well, yeah, I'll be greedy. I was really hoping for the attack one, but what can you do? This one is also not good for either. Yeah, I can't take that. That's like the worst one. Okay, I'll take this again. It's not bad.
In the endless.
Can't hide from me.
No, you can't.
Mine. I got him over.
No point going to the shop. It's so satisfying. The range on that is so broken. Yeah, I'll grab that. Hello.
Headmistress. And why ever?
Ooh, money? It's a little hard to keep, but
Wonderful.
I might just lose it instantly, but... Oh my gosh, I don't want... Okay, maybe I'll go for the... Weapon deals more damage based on my armor is pretty solid.
Here she comes.
Okay.
That light.
Alright, give me attack, please. No. Let's do the gust. Ooh, that's pretty good. Nice. Okay.
It's her.
All right, that I can definitely grab either. I can do the special on this one. I've got the money. Yeah, let's do it.
Lord Chiron, I've returned.
Oh, interesting. I could do the attack boon for Ares. Giving wound to people is not too shabby. Yeah. Okay. Guess I'll take this. I still don't have a way of getting mana back, but I'll find it.
And
Hello, upgraded lady.
You will. Just have to avoid it.
Ah, shoot. Okay, phase 2 already. Oh, lasers, okay. Ah, gosh, I'm so not used. Okay.
together we shine.
Okay. With lasers, it's gonna be pretty hard. Okay, got it.
Smite them.
Nice, got it. Okay, that was nice. That was clean.
Return to shadow now.
Okay, I'm probably gonna. I might need to do a quick phone call because work
Your father and his
is
brother.
being
It's a high honor.
Oh, I should think.
annoying.
Don't seem
Retrace your steps with care.
Oh, I forgot to give you a gift first. I might actually do. Oh shoot, there's this one too that could be transformed into. Ooh, 50-50 on the fountain to make my special heroic. That's a rough 50-50 though if I miss. Nah, I'll just do this.
all right.
Not worth the risk.
Down I go.
Okay, give me one quick second.
At least my
I will
feet
be
are clean.
right back. Just need to double check something for work. Take me a second. You can enjoy the beautiful music.
As expected.
Oh, honestly, I could just grab the Ares. Ares is fun. Okay.
Here for the violence.
Well, I could do this to restore mana, that doesn't seem really great, but... Ooh, let's do
Chaos seeks
this. Fish!
on the hook. Another for jelly.
Hello, Chaos. Your dash makes you lose. That's rough. That is rough. Maybe I'll just do a cast deals more damage. I've got some good cast stuff.
Very well.
Ooh, that's fun. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be beautiful.
Hello, Hellyfish.
Here we go. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. Oh. That. Oh, that was incredible. I don't need my cast to inflict hitch, so
Vested in me.
well, let's go this way.
So, like, I mean, hey, you're rippling the water.
What? I'm rippling the water. I'm sorry.
Oh, whoa.
Not every.
Don't know how to thank you for the water clean.
Perhaps the improve.
What I'm trying to say is,
Oh, thank
Wow.
you.
Wait, that's pretty good.
now leave, okay?
It's actually much better than it used to be. There he's.
Predictable.
Just so many of them. What the hell? Why are there so many? Just never ended.
In the name of Hades.
Both good. I feel like this is pretty
Blood and
decent.
darkness.
Let's go to the shop. My keepsake is stronger. What's my current one? Oh, it's gonna give me another one, isn't it? Ooh, that's pretty good. Alright, it's gonna give me a third one. Oh. I actually didn't do anything. That's sad.
Rocky used that beak.
Don't really want to lose my my armor to get money, so I'm gonna try to just not lose it for this fight.
So what's next?
Even bigger than.
Oops. Yeah, this weapon is not great for this fight. Oh shoot. No, I'm too slow. Okay. Okay, drummer. I can fight against drummer. Really? That got me? I don't know how I feel about that. There we go, someone's show up. Ah, didn't see the animation. Okay. All right.
Blasted catchy song. My claim.
Okay. Queen and Boatman. Queen, what does Queen do? I know what Boatman does. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. And Boatman just gave me a bunch of money. Okay, that was actually pretty good. I'll take that.
No sirens, thank the gods.
Let's go with... Wait, 30 encounters, is that... That's probably going to be the entire rest of the... Wait, yeah, I still have my... all my... It's a little late for that. Not by a lot, but... Yeah, I'm gonna do the hammer, I think. Ugh. I'll try it. Which one did I get? Whenever you slay a foe with your Omega attack. That's useless.
No use. To firmer ground.
Alright. Well. Another hammer.
No need to engage.
Right. Sure.
Greater strength. Illuminate my path.
Not attack me. Ooh, seed. Boop. Oh, money. Wait, I don't need that. That wasn't it.
It's done.
Okay. Your Omega attack, your specials are faster. Let's just go faster on the special
I
again.
can get out now.
Don't need that. But maybe let's do this.
They think they caught a live one. Out of my
kind of wish I had the these things go from room to room. That'd be so sweet. Got our duo with Hera. Which one is that? Automatically use mana to resist damage. Sure, but doesn't really matter. How much mana do I have? 100. Nah, I'd rather not. Sorry.
Hello, Echo, my friend.
Hi.
I always thought the getting better here. Well, I know it's all right. Let me.
Oh, gotta get that.
I'm grateful. Grateful.
Woo! Prophecy fulfilled! Yay! That's 2 boons over there, so always go for the boons.
Flourish.
Can you stop doing that? I was going for something else.
You're free.
Okay. Shoot. On my knees.
Smackers.
Man, when you get everybody together, it is so satisfying.
Olympus, I accept this
Oh, I
message.
took some damage. Oh. Oh, I
That's
have
2
a
down.
ton of health now. Come here. Give it to me. Oh, first purchase. I can get a bunch of stuff, right? Yeah. I've got money.
This
You want
way feels
Ares?
Right.
Well, I also got money.
What have we here?
Mega attack, nope. Wow, these are terrible. Guess I'll grab a
Seeds.
seed. Omega cast. Oh my gosh, what is this? I guess I can try some Omega cast stuff. Hi, Big Doggo.
The guardian at the gates of hell.
Okay, where's Doggo? Where's Doggo? Doggo's there. Okay, I didn't actually check where I had to go there. bit messy, but I had the hell.
Unmired for the moment. Fear.
You're safe now. You're all right. This is it.
Alright, don't need health. Let's get my final keepsake as... yeah,
This one.
my Omega moves. Deal more damage. Okay.
Unseal.
Unseal.
I'm in. Just a few chambers to the house.
Blasted temporal decor can never stay destroyed.
Okay.
4 chambers to go.
That's all. Okay.
A few more chambers still.
Ooh, boss time. Okay.
Olympus, I accept this message.
I took 1 damage now. I can get to 6.
Unless you count her pet.
Hey.
Mother, father.
You're here.
There she is.
Hi, Mom, Dad.
The multi.
Let's pet the doggo.
Calm down since the fields, have you?
He's resting up.
Here.
You also have
Solitude is.
You need have no.
your word.
I have never regretted.
Aw.
Did your mother
No, father, it's.
a shrewd decision?
A morale?
You trained with the Witch of the Cross.
Score. It's supposed to take 30% attack. Oh, cool. Oh, I like this.
Of course.
Thank you both.
Boom. Omega cast. Oh yeah. Monies? Monies!
Strike true.
I don't need more. Yeah, I don't need more of this. I'm just gonna go straight to the boss. stop teleporting around. Where's the rest? Okay, there you go. So fast. Oh, more Aries. That'd be great. Oh, well, that's kind.
Always use more. Olympus, I accept this message.
It's a little late for that. Appreciate.
Excellent.
Dun, dun.
Fishy.
Fishy.
Got you.
Oh, goldfish.
Kronos must love these. Choose one and the other.
Don't care.
Here he comes. He's angry with me now.
Can't see much. Okay, there we go. That was a mess. I lost all my health.
A boon for another.
More damage to armored units. What is that? My special deals more damage. That's hilarious. All right.
The house is just ahead. This is it.
Bam.
Hear me on my authority.
These are so useless. There we go. That's better. There we go. So bad.
Hail, boatman.
All right,
To go.
let us go.
Pain I caused.
Oh, facing normal Hades, normal Kronos is gonna be. Oh no, wait, no, I am facing the upgraded.
Yes, grant me
No, I thought it was
this
facing
strength.
normal. Oh no, wait, no, it is still. No, okay, it is normal Kronos.
The end of time.
I'm here to see you.
That should not be too hard.
Legions of the Golden Age, answer my call. Tut tut.
Ah. Okay. Oh, my little thingies.
You have everything to fear from me. Freeze.
You think I care about this? You think I care about this? There we go.
Death to Kronos, was it?
All right.
For Cerberus.
17 minutes and 27 seconds. Not bad. I think my Kaz did a pretty good job. Yeah, but my Kaz did some good damage. Dash strike too, surprisingly. Cool. Message fulfilled. All right.
Imagine now a tale which has such
Another.
scope.
Hey, that's 2 more clicks for my
To the whole affair is nowhere to be found.
cookies.
For each great
I'm probably gonna leave it here. Again, I'm just in a bit of a weird headspace, and there's not too many people here anyway. And I did do my rant. That's all that mattered. So I think I'll leave it for here for now. I'll probably be streaming again on Fridays, my next day,
That was
and
good.
I'll definitely be in a better mood. But until then, let me still get my well-deserved clicks here. Let's see. Let's get another Santa upgrade, I think. Let's see what we get from that. Milk is more powerful. Oh, that's really good. So we go from 1.8 to 1.9. Hell yeah. Nice. That's 2 clicks. Cool. Alrighty, y'all. Thanks for anybody who was here. Appreciate it. I'm gonna call it a day, and have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you all on Friday. All right, bye everybody.